I'm joined by Scott Thiel, CEO and co-founder of Tokinvest. So let's get right to it. In a sentence, what does Tokinvest do?
Tokenvest is really born from the idea of giving everyone access to regulated, high-yielding, high-quality investment products. So we are able to create, structure, tokenize, and distribute these investment products to all investors, including retail investors.
Now, you've said that real-world assets are the most important shift since ETFs, exchange-traded funds. Walk us through that thinking.
The thinking really for us is around how do you actually take fantastic assets that everybody in the world would like to own, but can't afford to own a whole one, or are indeed excluded from investing in them in the traditional financial markets because they don't meet the accredited investor requirements. So for us, this is the ability to actually bring the majority of the world into financial independence.
Well, getting to financial independence, especially with digital assets, we often talk about regulation being a challenge, but since we're here in the UAE, that's not the case here.
No, the UAE, we're really blessed here. It's one reason why I've moved to the UAE, and I was fortunate to be, my former life as a lawyer, part of a team that helped with the development of the BARA regulations in Dubai. So we now have the world's best, most comprehensive set of virtual asset regulations, covers all categories of virtual assets, including financial products. So yeah, we can do the thing that the rest of the world's been talking about and hoping to do. So very much at the front end of this industry.
So if regulation isn't the big obstacle, what is the big challenge and what's the most urgent fix to address it?
Yeah, look, now we can do this thing, which is, and it's only really been in the last 6 weeks since we were fully licensed and got the first assets in market. So yep, we can now do it. So regulation problem solved. I think what's now really needed is the education piece, particularly on the investor side. A lot of asset owners have been looking to do tokenization for a number of years. And we have a great pipeline, in the region of $10 billion worth of assets now in pipeline to bring through. But what's really going to be needed now is that education piece, the understanding for people who haven't necessarily been used to participating in traditional financial investment products, that they now can participate. And that is going to involve some education.
And what do you think are the most meaningful use cases that will make it most compelling for these new investors?
Most investors are looking to make money. That's
Yes.
That's obviously key. And so I think that goes without saying. We're looking to create great product that's backed by fantastic real world assets. But I think it's participation. If I look at what's happened in Web3, whether it's crypto, meme coins, NFTs, a lot of that was driven by community participation, the desire to be involved in something, which might also make me money. And so I think that's going to be a really key part of this transformation to retail access to great regulated products, is the ability to come and actually be part of.
All right, let's fast forward a little bit. Someday, we don't talk about tokenized assets, we just expect it, it's just seamless and invisible, and when would that day be?
That day is pretty much now, actually. If you look at our primary distribution platform, it's completely Web3 abstracted. You don't need to understand blockchain. You don't need to understand digital asset wallets. You don't need to understand custody. It's all integrated and on the platform. Just like you don't need to understand hypertext transfer protocol to use the internet, or how electricity is generated and transmitted to turn on a light switch. So absolutely, the technology is already disappearing. And what people really want is, can I access, can I invest in this? Is this a good product? And really the technology just becomes an enabler.
The future is now. Exciting times we live in. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Patricia.